And now the fourth quarter of the 2000 Culligan Holiday Bowl. Texas got its work done in the second. Oregon 14 in the first. The tying touchdown. First drive the third quarter. Sims leads the Longhorns out at the Oregon 22. First and 10 after back-to-back catches for the senior Brandon Hewitt. Running side with Victor Wright. Across the 20 to the 19-yard line. At the end of the third quarter, Jerry spoke with Mike Bellotti.
Coach, you talked about wanting a close game entering the fourth quarter where you guys have been awfully tough. Now you can turn it over to Joey the General. What about your thoughts?
Well, I wish we'd have completed that pass on the fake punt. You know, they've got good field position right now. Our defense is going to have to stiffen to keep them out of the end zone. Force them at least try a field goal. But I'm pleased with where we're at. We certainly grabbed some momentum back from the halftime. And hopefully, again, this puts us in a position where we get a chance to win at the end.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
The concern also, Rashard Bowman out right now for Oregon. Their top cover corner is not in the game. Let's see if Texas takes a shot at the end zone here. Sims, intercepted! Keith Lewis makes the pick. The only reason he was on the field is Bowman was not. They were shuffling personnel before the snap.
It's incredible, Mike. They moved Rasuli Webster to corner, and Lewis steps in and makes the interception. He's only been in just for a few plays.
First career interception for the true freshman from Sacramento.
The happiest guy in the world now is the coach that called that fake punt, because he just got a reprieve from the death penalty. Because now it doesn't make any difference. Didn't look good there for a secondary.
That's right. I know. It wasn't really going out on a limb, but I think this is something that Lewis coming in to make a play like that. That's huge.
Third interception, they run with Morris. They go nowhere. You cannot tell in this era of so much being changed and adjusted at the line if there was a receiver-quarterback communication mistake or a fourth throw by Chris.
That's something that he's probably talking to Greg Davis about.
Well, Greg might be asking that question.
Actually, this number, the 3 interceptions, as he gets older and continues to mature, and obviously those numbers are going to go down. He's still a young quarterback that has a tendency to try to force things in.
One was an end of the half Hail Mary also, like you pointed out. Stats sometimes lie. Harrington takes a timeout. And as Oregon was not set offensively, they burned one, which is always crucial in a tie game. Never been tied going into the fourth quarter of the Holiday Bowl until tonight. We mentioned the Gaslamp District, not too far from the marina, San Diego, the downtown area. It's really a revitalized area. It's wonderful. They're going to build a new baseball stadium down here when the Padres move from 6-7 miles from the downtown area right here at Qualcomm Stadium to their new downtown ballpark. Chargers will stay here, at least for now. Lost the 3 in the first play. After the timeout, 2nd and 13, and they're throwing down. Harrington picks that ball. That's a rule. First down. Took a shot on the sideline from the Texas players, Marcus Wilkins, and the general, the fired up, adrenaline-pumping quarterback is right there to defend his running back and keep his guys okay.
Kirk and I talked about this is the best play that you can run against man for man, because what they do is they cross the receivers and they bring Morris out into the flat and hit him. That's why the play worked that time. It's because they're against man for man. They had it against zone. It didn't work so good. Watch your man Harrington. That looked like you when you played for the Buckeyes. Didn't look at him.
He's fired up. He's trying to get in there to defend his running back. But the crossing routes, it's tough enough for the linebacker to stay with Maurice Morris, let alone when a tight end or a receiver gets in the way of them trying to stay with him. He was all alone out there again.
Sims in the offense, hoping the defense can get Oregon off the field. Here is Morris, who's had a 100-yard night as a receiver, not a rusher. This is, as Jerry alluded to with Mike Bellotti, Joey Harrington's time of the game. The time of the game when his abilities and his leadership come together to give Oregon a chance to win close ones.
He's a great leader. He's got a great field presence, maybe one of the best senses of the pocket of anybody I've ever coached. Tremendously accurate, but maybe the most important thing, and the thing that defines Joey Harrington, is his ability at the end of a game when it's close to raise his level of play and the level of play of the people around him.
See his starting record. He's also come off the bench to win 2. 6 come from behind wins, including the Sun Bowl last year. A flag is down. He does lose yardage, but he could have lost a lot more. Kalen Thornton and Sean Rogers ended up bringing down the quarterback.
A quarterback sack.
Oregon hold.
Number 73, Sean Rogers.
They lost 5 with the sack. Those of you who might just be joining us here for what is always one of the best bowl games. And once again, in the matchup and the game, it's living up to it. 2000 Culligan Holiday Bowl. Best matchup before the New Year's Day bowl games. Number 12 and number 11. 2 teams that won 9 games in the regular season. 7-1 in difficult conferences, the Pac-10, the Big 12. Texas trying to end the season on a high note. They hit a clunker at the end of last year. 3 straight losses, including an uninspired Cotton Bowl loss to Arkansas. Oregon's trying to win 10 games for the first time in the history of the school. Oregon's never won 10 games. They had their great Rose Bowl teams of the teens and the 20s and the 30s. They didn't play enough games to get to double-digit wins. They declined the penalty, 40-13. First down win to the 35. The corner blitz is picked up. Harrington. Keenan Howry, first down.
Pass complete to Keenan Howry.
A pickup of 14.
Keenan Howry this time will drive up, and I like this pass protection. What they did is they half-rolled Joey Harrington. He set his feet. They brought the corner, but they were going away from it, Kirk.
Well, Howry's able to get away from Brooks. Brooks is coming in as a nickelback, and the ball is thrown away from Brooks, and a heck of a catch by Howry to go up there. He's known as out of the 2 receivers, the guy with the hands, and there.
That's a sweet catch. That's a sweet. Get those hands up there, extended. Worked off the physical DB. First and 10 to the air again. Picked up the corner blitz again. And the pass is caught by Casey Lewis. He's knocked down backward.
That's Casey.
I guess they said his knee was when he made the catches in the run.
On the
They're going to come bring that
number
back.
6,
Okay, that's the right call. First down.
Mike, that was a good call. 2 plays in a row, man. They brought the corners, and both times, one time Morgan rolled away from it, that time they picked it up with a fullback, and both times it was Richards.
And that time, Harrington got back, hit that 5th step, and got rid of the football very quickly. Aware of the
15 yards. First down.
Coaches working the sidelines now. Mac Brown working the official on his side. Let's check out the call that was made here.
Mac was upset because the receiver here, clearly the right knee goes down for some reason.
But it should have been at the 46, not the 49.
Yeah.
They got 3 yards out of that.
That's right.
That's why Mac was so upset.
We have gone to Maurice Morris.
Pearson first and Quentin Jammer. Morris stretching out his leg there. It always gets cool late in the Holiday Bowl. It's a San Diego trademark with the damp Pacific air. And you see very often balls timed up at this point of this game. The quarterbacks tonight, Harrington has had 4 touchdown success. He caught one. Chris ran one. 3 INTs for Sims.
Second down and 4.
Stunted offensive momentum for the Longhorns.
Ball across midfield.
Sharp moment going back. A little bit of what we mentioned before. It's the best cover corner on this Oregon team. So when Texas gets the ball back, you know where they'll be looking. They might get a big trail. Robinson. The backup to the retrieve. Robinson stretched legs. Make it first and goal. He banged off 37 on that carry.
just for a second to give that quick pitch enough line to allow the back to accelerate for some big yards.
Robinson's had 2 big carries in this game tonight. 4 receivers. The 2 starters are near side. Willis and Alamaz. Alamaz coming in the game. Those have 2 balls all year. Harrington quarterback draw. Harrington touchdown!
Joey Harrington. And that's a touchdown for the Oregon Ducks. 9-yard touchdown.
We will scan Holiday Bowl history. I can't think of many quarterbacks that have run them, thrown them, and caught them. Maybe Steve Young did in that game. We'll check that. The extra point for Josh Frankel. Oregon regains the lead. 28-21 they've scored in the last 14.
Oregon spreads everybody out with 4 receivers in the game. The defensive backs are spread all over the field, allowing Joey Harrington the room to accelerate right up the middle of that tough Longhorn defense for the go-ahead score.
The fans of the Ducks salute the general, Joey Harrington, with a touchdown.
But Joey Harrington, he's known for his ability to bring the team back. Look how inspiring he is on the sideline after that score. He wants to win this football game.
Texas down to the line 7. Open space for Victor Wright. Victor Wright turns the corner. They have another touchdown return in 266 games. And they go down. Touchdown!
Breaking a tackle. Now, Mike, tell me again.
Cam, baby.
How many? Go Cam. Go Cam. How many plays? How many times? How many games? No kickoff return.
First time in 266 games. Chris Sims was ready to get back on the field and try to lead the comeback. Matt Brown has so much speed and athletic talent. It's been a big thing around Austin. 1978 was the last time Texas had a kickoff return for a touchdown.
That is the yo of the night.
It's the yo of the year.
Yo of the year.
Stockton ties the game at 28.
A 1 after attempt is good. Victor Wright.
The last one to do it was Johnny Lamb Jones, a 100-yarder against the old ponies of SMU. Victor Wright makes the change. Brian Campbellton, 93 yards. Tie game with a 2000 Mulligan Holiday Bowl.
Go Cable Cam.
Words out of Mr. Herbert's mouth tonight. Not a big play. Open Horns. New game at 28. 9:25 to go. Big run earlier, taken down. At the 32-yard line, Reed Boyd,
Alan Robinson on that kick return.
Well, the excitement shared with the bowl season by the NFL. NFL countdown tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. The NFL Primetime presented by Miller Lite will wrap up the weekend action as we go from 12 to 8 in the NFL playoffs. Stu Scott takes you through countdown tomorrow. Chris Berman on Sunday. Every day there's a playoff game. There's countdown and primetime on ESPN all the way through the Super Bowl. This year in Tampa. After the Ike return, the Oregon offense gets little time to enjoy its 9-play, 90-yard drive. They're right Is it hard as a quarterback when your team has a great drive? Now you're right back on the field. All your hard work, you're right back where you started a minute ago.
Well, the emotions are really what are so difficult to prepare for as far as how you deal with them, because he just came off the sideline yelling and getting crazy and talking to the defense about stopping them and winning this game. And all of a sudden it's tied back up and you got to send the offense back out. The adrenaline releases out of your body.
Option look, they pitch Morris and work them. First down,
Maurice Morris.
One thing, though, from a coach's standpoint that he has going for him, the game is tied. He doesn't have to answer and come from behind. Psychologically, it's really tough when you have to answer, when you have to come back when a team jumps ahead of you.
Yeah. If there is a reason to get upset, uptight, you're not going to see it in Mike Bellotti. His team plays with poise. He is poised. His players often joke if he ever gets a hair on his head or his mustache ever out of place. He always looks the picture of perfect composure.
His record is 24-8. The game decided by a touchdown or less. So he knows how to win these kind of ground ball games.
They've been in this situation all year long.
Up 16 there. Oregon, Texas.
Again, going to the inside, kind of the secondary receivers. Willis, you can see the corner comes over late, gets a little bit caught up there. He goes to the outside with the receiver that went to the flat, and it opened it wide open for Willis. Joey Harrington sits back there. He's a quarterback. Sits back there and makes great decisions and puts some zip on the ball. Both these guys tonight have thrown the ball pretty accurate.
At the 31, first down, Marshawn Tucker to grab.
Joey Harrington's done a little bit of everything tonight. Early in the game, he got things started. Little misdirection, bootleg, touchdown to put the Ducks up. He caught a touchdown. This is looking like Steve Young back at 82 for BYU. Rumbling, fumbling, stumbling into the end zone, and here, running it in on a quarterback draw. And at that point, it looked like the Ducks had control of this game, but Texas has brought it right back with a kickoff return to tie this thing up.
Remember, Joey Harrington led the Pac-10 in total offense, averaging over 250 yards per game. This is a good player.
Justin Peelle to the 8-yard line. Oregon had to win this game from a scheme standpoint. Do some crossing of receivers, get people outside the hash mark. They have done a terrific game plan job tonight.
Jeff Tedford, the offensive coordinator for the Oregon Ducks, deserves a salute because you're right, Mike. We've been talking about it all night. Seems like they had a lot of different action in the backfield, faking reverses, faking the backs, a lot of receivers crossing. They're trying to confuse the Texas defense, and they've done a great job. There he is, Jeff Tedford. A lot of times his name comes up as a possible head coach, especially on the West Coast. He will one day make an excellent head coach.
Around the corner because those Texas DBs were there and waiting. Greg Brown and company, second and goal coming up. You know, there was criticism of the Oregon offense up in Eugene that they were at times predictable and conservative. So for the coaching staff, this has to be a nice way to end the season against a defense that only allows 18 points a game and 11 elimination. They have been anything but predictable and conservative tonight.
What happened again with Oregon State was the fact that Joey Harrington blew up. He threw 5 interceptions in that game. That's why they lost to Oregon State. He has redeemed himself tremendously tonight.
And you know what? They've struggled all year in the regular season going on the road as an offense and as a defense. And clearly this time they're playing very well on the road.
Robinson in the game slips down.
The ball carrier.
Third and goal coming up.
Alan Tomlinson.
Psychologically, from a defensive standpoint, if they can force a field goal, then it's almost like a stop for Texas. Because then they can come back and either tie it or win it. But if they let them score, then you really put the pressure on Chris Sims and see if he can come from behind. They must force a field goal if possible.
Look at the body language right now. The Longhorns, they need to get revved up here. This is a big down.
Play clock spinning down at 6 and now 5.
Remember, quarterback draw scored right here.
The ball carrier, Jason Willis, and that's a touchdown.
Sophomore from LA with the touchdown run. And now the extra point to make it a 7-point advantage. Joey Harrington getting the job done. Jason Willis didn't find the end zone all year, but he did carry it 5 times. This one to the end zone. And Oregon would have been deflated after the Texas kickoff return, but a response from the Ducks. Now it's the turn of Texas. They're down 7. Center comes up as soon as we are done here in the 2000 Pelican Holiday Bowl. It's Linda Cohn and Reese Davis, the NFL wildcard story. Chris Berman's 2-minute drill. The Rainbow Showdown between the Vols and the Hawkeyes, and Columbus, the Blue Jackets, get an NHL win.
That's right, baby. Blue Jackets 3-0 over Carolina. Big win.
All that coming up on Sports Center as soon as we're done. They took the last one back. Jesus. This time brought
From the 12-yard line, that's number 28, Mr. Mike for Texas.
Maybe their last full possession with 5:36 to go. 69 yards for tying the game.
Before we leave Joey Harrington in Oregon, I want to bring up a stat. The last 2 touchdown drives, Joey Harrington was 6 for 6 for 96 yards and ran for a touchdown. Now what he has done is put the pressure on Chris Sims and said, okay, it's your turn.
It's the kind of situation I'm sure Chris Sims growing up dreamed of having. And now he has to go out and execute.
The pass complete.
15 yards, first down.
B.J. Johnson.
They have to get the football in the hands of B.J. Johnson. I mean, if you look at what Healy has done tonight, he's made some big catches. As far as that spark, as far as the guy that can make the big catch and take it the distance, it's B.J. Johnson. Here in the slot, he's able to get through, get to the middle of the field, and Chris Sims again puts that ball right on the money in that zone defense. He found the hole.
Without Ballman on the field, maybe more zone for Oregon. 4 pitches, 42 yards, Johnson. Roy Williams is on the field, number 4. Now being watched by Rasuli Webster, a safety playing corner. Sims used the pump fake to run for a first down. Jerry Buck.
And as you mentioned, Michael, Oregon's all Pac-10 cornerback Rashad Ballman is not on the field. He's not even on the bench area. He's been taken to the locker room. He is dehydrated, severe cramping. They tried giving him Gatorade, Gator Lights, massage, stretch. Nothing worked. He's in the locker room right now with an IV in place, giving him IV fluids, and he is still cramping in spite of the IV fluids. They are trying to get fluid in and get him on the field, but right now, their Pac-10 defensive back, first team in the locker room.
Dr. Jerry Pudge, tell him to give us some Culligan water. This is the Culligan Holiday Bowl. They got to give him Culligan water.
Senior Brian Johnson defending Sloan Thomas, one of the freshman receivers. Sims a half-yard shy of the first down. This is 2nd and 1. Garrett Sable's been very good this second half. That's the 4th play he's made, a sack and 3 tackles. Victor Ike was the carry man. If you're just tuning in, Hodges Mitchell, 1,118-yard rusher this year, serious knee injury, early 3rd quarter, obviously out for the balance of the game.
The game's on the line. It's 2nd and 6 inches. You have an offensive line that's 6'5", about 340 pounds across, and you can't come up with a half a yard.
Well, one of the reasons why they took the ball and went back 5 yards. One of
Sims continues to go out there. And, you know, it's 4th and 2. The game's on the line, and he's back there like he's in the backyard. I mean, look how he goes back and executes his play. Like, you might say, well, it's not a big deal, but it's 4th and 2 with pretty good coverage. Again, he puts the ball right where it has to be to give Sloan Thomas a chance to pick up the first down.
First catch for the true freshman, Sloan Thomas. Inside 3 minutes now. Sims looking for the top. Williams! Incomplete. Ryan Johnson, the backup, in because of the injury. And a hand on Williams.
On the coverage, number 13, Brian Johnson.
Roy Williams looks like he's at about 70% out there, you know. He's coming off the field now. You knew it was a matter of time that they were going to try to take a chance and go after Brian Johnson. And just take a look at how he's going down the field. I mean, he finally tries to turn it on towards the end, and Brian Johnson just grabbed a hold of his shoulder pad.
I think he was trying to set him up, looking like he was just kind of, I think he was running full speed when he was trying to set up. Remember, one situation, though, and I don't want to be negative, but Chris Sims was in this situation before, and he threw an interception.
Earlier in this half.
Thank you.
Down here.
Very difficult situation here because the field, it doesn't have the depth anymore, Kirk, and there's more chances for interceptions also.
Without Hodges Mitchell in there, his versatility, it's tougher.
Well, you got 3 big weapons on this team, and 2 of them hurt with injury. That's B.J. Johnson in the slot. Johnson had 6. And he knows it.
Got to get the ball to B.J. Johnson because Roy Williams is a go-to receiver. He's out of the game. And B.J. Johnson's the guy that, at this point, he's got to be able to make the big catch. He's done it all year. It's one of those chances. 10 throws like that. He thought it was his legs in the back end there. 10 throws and maybe makes that catch 9 times. Unbelievable to drop that.
Excellent offensive line protection so far by Texas also in the catch. Giving him very good time.
5 in the cover. Sims buying time. Threw this one away. Good play. Good play. Was caught by a Longhorn. You know, Phil Sims, Chris's dad, is at the Texas A&M game because his schedule worked out well. He's doing a CBS playoff game on Sunday with Baltimore and Denver in Baltimore. He'll be here tonight. I am sure. I worked with Phil for a year on our NFL Prime Monday show on ESPN. I am sure that Phil was in his hotel just
Dialed in.
dying with every snap here. Calm like he was as a quarterback, but inside churning like nobody's business.
I bet it's a little bit different when it's your son compared to when it's you out there.
I'll tell you what, there was another person out there doing the same thing. His mother.
And is here at the game tonight. Absolutely. 3rd and 10 for Sims and the Longhorns. All the Longhorn parents and fans are hanging with every snap. Johnson again.
That pass is incomplete. The intended receiver,
4th and 10. 2:31 left. All of their timeouts left. Going for it.
B.J. Johnson has another chance. And this one, I tell you what, I don't like the way he's checked out the ball in his body. Looks like he's lost his confidence because he should have reached right out there that time, Kirk, and caught it with his hand. See how he tried to cradle it?
Tried to bring it in. I think he also might have felt Michael Collier, the linebacker.
But that's a sign of a guy who doesn't have confidence when they stop catching it with their hands.
Oregon will take a timeout here before 4th and 10. Each team 2 timeouts left. Texas comes back with 12 and 10. Trying to keep the game alive. B.J. Johnson got 2 shots on this drive. Will he get another one on 4th and 10? Another holiday ball, huh? That's a terrific game.
They got Bowman defensive back. If I was Texas, I'd go right at him. Bring a guy out of the dressing room with sickness, forget about it. What do you think?
This is going to be interesting. B.J. Johnson's your go-to guy, but he's dropped the ball the last 2 times. Do you go back to him again, or do you decide to go to Brandon Healy, who's made some big catches tonight?
Jerry Punch told us during the timeout that Oregon called the timeout to get Rashad back on the field. Great work by Doc to tell us that. They've made 2 fourth downs already in this quarter.
I go right at Bowman at the right-hand corner over here. Right there.
Game is not over yet. Texas has 3 timeouts and 2:24 left. Oregon's going to have to make 2 first downs to win the game.
Lee, you called it. You have Roy Williams at 6'5", 210 pounds. You have a guy that's been sitting out most of the second half. You put it up in the air and hope the bigger receiver can make the catch. The ball again. Again, it's perfectly thrown. That's the 3rd time in the last 3 plays that he's put the ball right on the money for a touchdown. And the young receivers that have been able to come up with the catches all year and drop the ball.
Chris Sims, 16 of 28, but stats lie sometimes. 5 drops tonight, 3 on perfect passes on that drive.
And remember, my true freshman, that's the secret. They've never been in a situation like this, even though they've played some big games, and that's why I think they dropped the big one.
Defense has given up 35. They can earn something back here. Amundsen gets a couple of yards. Texas use the timeout here. Yes, they will. At the 2:18 mark, the clock is stopped. Step out for a minute. Remember, SportsCenter follows us as soon as we're done with another tight finish to a Holiday Bowl in San Diego.
Well, Chris Sims and the Longhorns had their opportunities on that final possession. 3 different times he put the ball right on the money. There for a potential touchdown to B.J. Johnson. Here for a potential touchdown to B.J. Johnson. And the last one over the shoulder to Roy Williams. All 3 right in the money, and all 3 dropped.
All 3 were dropped because they try to cradle the ball and not try to catch it with their hands.
Less than a yard picked up on first down. It's 2nd and a long 9. Texas still has 2 timeouts left. They will throw on 2nd down and get the first down.
I can't believe
Keenan Howry. Good job, Herb. During the commercial, Kirk said, I would not be surprised if they throw here on 2nd down. It's exactly what they did. Harrington took a shot. He's up hobbling after the 12-yard pickup.
And let me say, I said, Herb Street, you're crazy. And the reason why you're crazy, there's 2 timeouts left. You've got to make Texas use their timeouts and don't throw the football.
As much as I agree with you, I just know Jeff Tedford and the way his mind works. He cramped up there right after he threw the ball. Jeff Tedford's a guy that thinks he's proactive. Rather than having to maybe throw on 3rd down, he wants to throw on 2nd. Now he knows he's going to be able to burn more clock. And now Texas only has 2 timeouts. Great call.
One more first down.
Great call because it worked.
That's right. It works. That's a good call.
More first down. This game is over. It was Amundsen in the game, not Morris. And maybe the cramp kept the quarterback from getting to the spot where he should be on that sprint handout.
Also, one thing is very important. He tried to reach out there. He couldn't quite get it. Watch it. Right there, the ball went right into the pocket. Amundsen didn't hold it, and we got ourselves a football game again.
Again. It's the Holiday Bowl. It's crazy. And I think Mike Tirico is exactly right. I think the cramp prevented Joey Harrington from getting wide enough to hand the ball off to Amundsen.
The beauty of sports is redemption. And the opportunity is here for the freshman receivers, Williams and Johnson. 97 seconds left. Sims from the pocket. That one's over Johnson's head and incomplete.
Pass incomplete. The intended receiver.
SportsCenter will come your way as soon as we're to what a terrific set of bowl games we've had today on ESPN. The LSU dramatic comeback over Georgia Tech in Atlanta to win the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It started with the conference champions meeting in the AXA Equitable Liberty Bowl. Colorado State and Louisville, and concludes here with the best of the non-New Year's Day bowl games. 2 9-win teams. Their only conference loss to teams that are in the BCS. Oregon to Oregon State. Texas to #1 Oklahoma. Longhorns trying to tie the game. Sims waits and throws, and it's intercepted! Rashad Altman, who came out from the injury, comes up with the interception.
You still want to go at it?
Yeah, no, excuse me.
He had a player, no. He had a player.
No, listen, thank you, sweetheart. I said go after when he came out for the first play. I didn't say go after him after he warmed up. Thank you very much. I just thought I'd mention it.
All right.
But now, the key thing about Bowman and his play, he reads his cut. Remember, we had him in that meeting, and he said he would take a chance every once in a while and try to read the cut, Kurt. I think he did it here.
He jumped. He jumped the route, took a chance, and Roy Williams, I'm telling you, he's running at 60 or 70%, and I think he's so slow on his cut that Bowman, who's such an experienced corner, read it, knew exactly where to step in front of the pass thrown by Chris.
They're smart. They'll take
23, 2 timeouts. They still need to make a first down. Or at least run the ball. They can't just take it there. Because running the ball now wastes some time. Minute 17 here to go.
I hate to disagree with you.
Go ahead.
Because every time you take the ball and you try to hand it off, you have a chance for a fumble.
Oh,
they could get the 2 timeouts. They could get 2 timeouts and have the game run. And all they have to do, if nothing else, they could take a safety.
Could take a safety.
They could take a safety.
What I was saying was they cannot run out the clock just by taking a knee.
That's right. But I think they should not hand it off. Take the knee, take a safety, and get out of here lucky to win.
While we have a brief second, hats off to John Reed, executive director of this bowl game for 20 years, shepherding this bowl game to its status, the best of the pre-New Year's Day games. Second longest tenure of any bowl director. He's stepping down after this game. John, thank you for the wonderful times out here in San Diego. Congratulations on a successful finish to your career. This bowl game has delivered again. It's the 14th time in 23 games it's been decided in the final 2 minutes. Second and 8. Morris back in the game. Third down coming up. Mack Brown will take his final timeout here at the 1:12 mark.
Rashad Bowman has played a sensational football game, number 17. He's a first-team All-Pac-10 player. He talks first-team All-American. Here's an example. But then he gives it. Watch this. This is your favorite, Kurt. Right hook. That's your favorite. And this is what I like the best. He comes up, sneaks up, makes a good tackle. The guy has been a tremendous football player in this ball game, and here he comes up with the key interception. And you know the thing I liked about that one, Kurt? He caught that ball with his hands like a receiver on that interception.
We set the storylines tonight with the 9-inch size difference for Bowman. The third-team All-American nationally, first-team All-Pac-10 performer out of the Phoenix metro area. Got off to a slow start this year as some sloppy practice happens, but his attention was grabbed pretty quick as the season went on. Well, Joey Harrington will join 2 other players who have caught, thrown, and run in a touchdown in the Holiday Bowl. Steve Young, BYU, 83, the win against Missouri, and Bucky Richardson, Texas A&M quarterback, did it in 1990, also against BYU. And for that effort, no matter what the outcome, he will be the Capital One player of the game.
May I ask you, how did you come up with that?
Patrick Hoffman here in the booth dug that up. Marty Aronoff, Joe Bates, Belinda Mazo, great booth here. Whistle blows at 1:11. On that snap, did they not beat the play clock?
Those 2 stats, the one you gave on the kickoff return, what was that again?
1978, 266
games, first time in.
And that last one there were 2.
Prior to the snap, delay game on the offense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, repeat third down.
You are close to the back of the end zone to take your safety
I would. You think I'm crazy? I would. I'd take the ball, handle it, let the clock run down. This is the way I take the safety, though. I take the ball and I'd snap it right out of the end zone. Then I'd kick it off and play defense.
It wasn't done on purpose. If you read Bellatti's lips, he said, "How did that happen?" probably be able to run the clock down to 30 seconds. I think it's going to be whistled in for play here momentarily. There you go, at 57, so they'll be able to take it down. The play clock didn't start for 4 seconds. Texas got jobbed 4 seconds on the play clock.
I'd take a safety right now, and then I would kick off from the 20.
Yeah. You know, no matter what happens in this game, the way it ends, 2001, both these teams are going to come back with great football teams. Oregon's entire offense, for the most part, returns. They lose one of their wide receivers. They're going to have to replace some defensive players. And Texas, I'm sure, is going to be in every publication.
I'll tell you right now.
Before you go, Lee, the red line in there will tell you with the punt return and length of punt where, by average, Texas should get the ball if Oregon kicks it. Go ahead.
Texas has of the top 44 players coming. They have 84% of those guys are underclassmen, freshmen and sophomores. I mean, that's a lot of good-looking football players coming back.
Texas will be preseason top 5. Oregon will be a preseason team, and probably look to with Joey Harrington coming back and a lot of other skilled players coming back. Maurice Morris.
Let's see, they take the safety.
I don't know, but I would take the safety.
They have the quarterback Harrington in there. Safety with 21 seconds to go. It's 35-30. Free kick for Oregon coming from its own 20-yard line.
And you can punt it. You don't have to kick it off.
Yeah, do either one.
And also, it's an interesting point here. Paul Horning taught me this. You can fair catch this play
and free kick it,
and then you could get and kick it a field goal if you needed to, but they couldn't do that. But you could get a fair catch so you don't waste any time. Your quarterback gets to throw the football instead of trying to run it back.
One reason I say you're a little bit risky because the talent that they have at receiver, all it takes is one play of P.J. Johnson to be able to get behind, or Roy Williams to get behind that secondary, and they can score a touchdown. You go from maybe at the worst having the game tied to losing the game.
Tip ball. You were worried about the block punt as a coach.
Exactly. I was worried about the block punt, and I'm also worried about them returning a punt for a touchdown, where this is going to be very difficult for them to return because you got all your guys spread out.
Right.
When you have a punt, you have them all in there tight. That's why I agree, win or lose, I agree with Mike Bellotti's philosophy of taking a safety here.
This is part of the head coaching job, the tactics as the game goes on.
Instead of strategy when you have coaching meetings.
Mack Brown's offense will get its hands on the ball, try for the big play, which in this case would win the game if they get a touchdown. As Lee mentioned, free kick, you can kick off the tee or punt. They will choose to punt. Where will Sims and company get it? They punt. At the 38-yard line, unable to return it. So the Longhorns will have 62 yards to go. 19 seconds, no timeouts, needing a touchdown.
Remember, this is the Holiday Bowl is known for some crazy finishing.
I won a game here, 38-37, on the last play of the game, but the guy missed an easy field goal. This is anything can happen.
The second Holiday Bowl. Roy Williams in the game. Montrell Flowers, 4 receivers. You don't have to go for the end zone on this play. You can get a chunk of 15 yards quick, so you're close enough. Chris Sims has the arm to throw this far.
Roy Williams down here at the bottom.
Trying to get free. They clear out space. It is caught by Sloan Thomas. He gets out of bounds. And now they're going to have a couple of shots from 44 yards to go to the end zone here.
This is scary.
This is scary.
Now it's scary.
Yeah.
Now it's
I don't know if he should have taken that safety or not.
Now they're just one tip pass away from losing this game. The strategy makes sense. It's just here they are now.
What they need is a nice sack here from the outside.
E.J. Johnson, top of the screen with Montrell Flowers.
There's 5 more yards.
Movement here. Aaron Davis, their stud left tackle for Texas. Did he move first?
This is that gray area where the defender moves and the offensive lineman reacts.
Prior to snap, offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot.
39, boys.
First down.
It's at the 39-yard line. Mac Brown tells his team to huddle up. 39 yards is no big deal. Chris Sims' average touchdown pass this year was 38.1.
In the last 5 games, 50 yards per score.
Well, last 2 games averaged 49 yards on 5 touchdown passes. I told you they should have went for that safety.
Yeah. Here's Roy Williams right at the bottom.
He has not been able to run full speed. 12 seconds. Sims now flush. Did he get it away? They want grounding. No grounding flag came down. It will be an incomplete pass. Unless they say it was a sack.
Let me give you a story that happened to me. You see the situation with 6 seconds to go? This is not grounding because there was a receiver in the bottom corner. I lost the football game
Take me back to the big house.
Michigan, the big house, with Anthony Carter in the exact same situation. And this is what I would do. I'd send everybody deep, and I'd send somebody dragging across, and I hit him in the middle and let him try to run for a touchdown. And that's how Anthony Carter beat me with 6 seconds to go.
The receiver in the area saved them. The ball did not cross the line of scrimmage when thrown there. This could be the final play of the game. They may squeeze another one in. I don't think so. 3 receivers up top. Is it another Holiday Bowl miracle finish? Final play of the game. Sims unloads for the end zone. Incomplete. And for the first time in school history, Oregon has won 10 games.
The Texas Longhorns with 30. And once again, the Zimmer Energy Holiday Bowl fireworks extravaganza will commence. Following the on-field awards and presentations, we invite you to stay for the Zimmer Energy fireworks
These 2 teams will be title contenders in 2001's preseason, but they ended 2000 with a terrific game. Mr. and Mrs. Bellotti. Get the shower at the end of the night. Frustrating end of the game and season for Chris Sims. Cannot lay it on his head, although the interception late. 3 touchdown passes dropped. Joey Harrington responsible for 4 scores. Visits with Major Applewhite and Chris Sims at the end of this game. Jerry Punch with Mike Bellotti.
Coach, this one had it all. Quarterbacks throwing, running, passing, or, catching touchdown passes and dramatic finishes. What an effort by your football team.
Absolutely. I will tell you this. I didn't think either team wanted to win it at the end because we kept making mistakes. I wasn't completely proud of our poise down the stretch. But I do think these kids are something special. 10 wins is awesome. That's a great football team in Texas, and our kids played with them. We had about 4 or 5 kids come back from getting cramps, really work hard at it. The composure of this group of kids, even though we didn't do it as well as I'd like, I think is awesome.
What does this mean for the first time in Oregon history, a 10-win season?
Well, I'm very proud of this group of seniors, for this group of coaches, for all of our players in the program. 10 wins is awesome. That's a number. That's a top 10 or 5 national ranking. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out. I'm lobbying, obviously, but I think it's awesome. It'll sink in as I got to think about it a little bit.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thanks. I will. I got to get the water out of my ear first. But
Thank you, Jerry. Final score, Oregon 35, Texas 30. Thanks to our Thursday night crew. It's been a great year, a great bowl day. Sports Center is next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet. Mike Tirico saying so long from beautiful San Diego. Now, here's Sports Center.
Come around on the other side of the Culligan truck.